Renzo, for today's episode about un santiamén, I want to talk about two people you might know, Danny Bones and Jessica Foster.
Oh, I think you overestimated my knowledge of popular culture, assuming that these are people out of popular culture.
They have been on the news
Danny
lately.
Bones.
Okay.
Okay, Danny Bones sounds a little familiar, but I have to admit, I don't know. I don't know who these people are.
I will tell you about them
But
in a
before you
second.
tell me,
Yes,
what is this? What are we doing here?
exactly. This is just a Spanish phrase. You tell me what just a Spanish phrase is.
I'll tell you what just a Spanish phrase is. It's a podcast, a companion podcast to News in Slow Spanish, where instead of delivering world-class news episodes in slow Spanish for you to learn that beautiful language through current events, instead, we take a moment to do a fun, deep analysis of Spanish phrases, common idiomatic expressions. So that's what we do here in Just a Spanish Phrase.
And we do it in English, but if you're interested in, we pick an expression, right? We have a huge catalog of idiomatic expressions in both News in Slow Spanish Latino and News in Slow Spanish Spain, where we actually have entire conversations in Spanish using those expressions and lessons on how to use those expressions. But let's dive in. En un santiamén.
Today's expression, en un santiamén. Now, this one's tough to translate without giving away the origin of the phrase. But if you've heard this one, it means something that happens so fast that changes in the blink of an eye.
In the blink of an eye,
that's
exactly.
the English equivalent, something that happens in the blink of an eye. En un santiamén. But before we go into the origin of that phrase, who are these people? Danny
Exactly. So to me, Danny Bones and Jessica Foster are yet another proof that things are changing en un santiamén in this world.
Oh, things are changing fast. I won't argue with that.
Danny Bones is a rapper from the UK who created a rap that has become very viral called This Is England. So he's white and he is far right, and he is complaining about immigration. He's complaining about like how the economy is going bad.
Okay, already not a fan, but please go on.
Well, turns out he is AI. Danny Bones does not exist.
Not a real person.
The music was made by AI. The video was made by AI. And if you look online at the video and the music, it's amazing. He looks like a real person. He looks like a real angry person.
So even videos of a AI generated person, this character of Danny Bones, are out there.
Yes.
Okay, I have to look this up now.
Here I have it. Danny Bones is an AI generated rapper persona created by the Node Project Collective, which was hired by the far-right party Advance UK to produce political campaign content.
Oh, so it's propaganda.
Yes,
Wow.
It is propaganda.
Okay.
And this brings me to Jessica Foster. You haven't heard of Jessica Foster?
No. Oh, wait. I think I'm going to take a wild guess.
Go ahead.
There was a social media influencer, a very popular young woman, who I believe she was presented as former military or active duty military, and she is like a poster. I was going to say poster child, but I don't want to infantilize. Anyway, a spokesperson for the MAGA movement.
Gorgeous, beautiful, Barbie-looking, blonde.
Yeah, and she's a soldier.
She's a U.S. Army soldier. She's in pictures with Trump. She's in pictures deployed in different countries, and she's always smiling. She has 1 million followers on Instagram.
Wow.
Last time I checked.
And she's absolutely 100% fake.
Fake.
Not a real person.
Not a real person. AI. So, and you probably have seen, if you have any interest in artificial intelligence, the famous videos of Will Smith eating pasta.
Oh, that's from the early days.
But they have been doing a release of Will Smith eating pasta with every single
like new release of the
new
AI
release of AI
models?
video generator.
Oh, no, I did not know that.
Oh, yeah. At the beginning, Will Smith had like 6 fingers, 3 eyes,
Yeah.
and he was sloppily.
It was very obviously AI generated.
The latest videos, look them up, are everything changed in un santiamén.
Right. Which it's in the span of a few years, but really it's the blink of an eye when you think about how far it's come.
Now you cannot recognize the AI Will Smith, the voice, the acting, the mannerisms from like real life Will Smith. So,
wow. Okay,
yes.
So there you go. Things change en un santiamén. And we're talking about these two characters, AI fabrications, which, as I said, I really, I think you'd agree, they're a form of propaganda.
Of course.
And
that's why you use AI for.
Exactly. It's an old problem, but AI as a tool is making propaganda evolve in the blink of an eye. En un santiamén.
En un santiamén. I don't know if you read many fake videos of Iran attacks have surfaced too.
Yes.
So there's the real videos and there's fake videos. And imagine how can that steer the pot even more. And I've seen a video of video experts analyzing AI content, and they say we still can tell some videos are AI because maybe one logo is blurry or the tiny little things. But en un santiamén, in a matter of weeks, we won't be able, not even the most expert like video analysts will be able to distinguish between reality and AI.
I feel like it wasn't that long ago, we started talking about the age of misinformation, and people were predicting even back then that AI would play a role in this. And now we see that en un santiamén, in the blink of an eye, it really has caught up. The technology really has reached the point where we can get really convincing misinformation about a war, about, political figures, etc.
A loved one needing money.
Oh,
hey,
scams.
Mom.
Yes. Yes, that is a favorite tool now of the phishing scam artists. If you've heard of that term, phishing scam, where they put a little, they call it phishing because it's like a little bit of bait, but also because they're impersonating someone they're not, like the classic, the Nigerian prince.
Oh, yes, of course. We keep on receiving tons of emails about that.
But they're getting way more sophisticated. And now with AI tools, you can get on a video call where a scam artist can pretend to be your own relative and get a realistic, convincing video mask of that relative onto their own
the same
face.
Voice. And that's why they suggest, I think we have discussed this in this show, they suggest having a safe word with your loved ones. It's like, oh, hi, Mom, how are you? Yes, what's her safe word? And if that person doesn't know, then you know it's AI.
Wow, that's scary.
That's how things have changed in un santiamén. But we're running out of time. What is the origin?
Okay, let's get into this. So en un santiamén, I'll try to do this en un santiamén, in the blink of an eye, but that's not really possible for me because I tend to go on and on. However, as quickly as I can, this phrase comes from the Catholic liturgical tradition, from Mass.
Okay. I'm curious.
So think back to hundreds of years ago, or actually, I don't know how long ago, I have to admit. I don't know when the Catholic Church stopped officially delivering Mass in Latin in favor of the common tongue of whatever,
country
they're in. But back when all Catholic Masses were delivered in Latin, they would always end with the blessing, in nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen.
Sancti, Amen.
Sancti, Amen. Holy, Sancti, and Amen. The final closing blessing of the prayer.
So what, if the Mass was fast, you say, oh, the Sancti, Amen came quickly.
Well, what some people theorize is that, think back to this time where the Mass was delivered in Latin, but most of the people in attendance, they don't speak Latin, especially if you're, in the common folk, the peasants, the people in the small towns in Europe that are going to Mass and listening to this in Latin. Most of them, they don't speak Latin. So The theory is that the mass was going on, and people were just hoping, come on, let's get to the santiamén.
Go straight to the cut to the chase.
Cut to the chase. And then before you know it, in the blink of an eye, mass is over.
Well, and this show also passed in the blink of an eye.
En un
santiamén, because we already run out of time. But thank you so much for joining Just a Spanish Phrase one more week.
And if you subscribe to News in Slow Spanish, we're waiting for you at Rooms, which is our conversation platform. We can talk about phrases, we can talk about current events, we can talk about anything and practice our Spanish together.
And it's only 5 subscribers per room, so we make sure everybody gets to participate.
Yeah, we keep it nice and small, comfortable.
Exactly. Comfortable.
And not too long. They're over en un santiamén.
En un santiamén. Thank you.